Disturbing new details about the suspect involved in the Cybertruck explosion at the Trump Hotel in Las Vegas. Law enforcement says that 37-year-old active-duty U.S. Army soldier Matthew Allen Livelsberger drove the truck from Colorado to the outside of the Trump International Hotel. The truck then exploded seconds later, injuring 7 bystanders. Las Vegas police say the suspect was pronounced dead on the scene with what appears to be a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Officials also finding inside the vehicle a passport and identification for the suspect, whose body was burned beyond recognition. Authorities say the vehicle contained gasoline and camp fuel containers, as well as firework mortars and multiple firearms. The FBI is investigating the explosion as an act of terrorism, but officials say there is currently no connection between the explosion in Las Vegas and the attack in New Orleans. Joey, I want to come to you first on this. Sure. You have extensive explosive experience from your service. Can you talk us through what happened inside that truck?
Yeah, so fireworks are made of something called either black powder or smokeless powder, similar to gunpowder. It is gunpowder, essentially the way we use it today. And what happens is for black powder to go from deflagration to detonation, it needs to be contained. That's why you usually see it in a steel pipe bomb. The structure of that steel pipe go critical to turn into an explosion where the fuel moves through the oxidizer so faster than the speed of sound. That's not what happened in that truck. What happened in that truck is fuel canisters exploded and caught a bunch of fireworks on fire, and they went everywhere. And so the reason why I say that is this guy, if we believe, and not if we believe what we're told, because we're not told enough to know what to believe.
Great point.
With the amount of information we have, the current narrative is this is an Army SF soldier of 18 years, and I believe he was on leave from Germany, and decided to, on December 30th, buy 2 weapons, 2 guns, drive from Colorado, rent a vehicle, drive from Colorado to Las Vegas, buy a bunch of fireworks and fuel canisters. When I say fuel, one looked like a gas can, the other were like more liquid natural gas or propane, and then decided to set them on fire is what it looked like happened. Had he put a charge in there to blow them up, I think it would have looked much different than that. I appreciate what Elon's saying about, hey, it sent the explosion up because it's so structurally sound. There wasn't an explosion. It looks like it, but that's not detonation. And so, in my opinion, and talking to people that know more about this than I do, what I'm trying to get at is he knows how to, his skill set would know how to take ammonium nitrate and aluminum powder, which you can buy at Academy. You shoot at it, it's the stuff that explodes. He would know how to take that and make a real bomb out of it. So what I'm saying is, what happened, I don't know, is what he was trying to do. I don't know what happened. We don't know what happened. He had a gunshot wound in him, apparently before the truck exploded. It's Las Vegas. I don't believe they ever told us the truth about the Vegas shooting. So I don't know what happened in front of the Trump Hotel other than a dead man was found in a vehicle that was on fire with a bunch of fireworks in it. And I hate it, but that's what we have.
Can I ask you a question? I mean, I'll take my time asking this question. But so you're saying, if they're saying he shot himself first, and then the car explodes. I mean, I can't get into the minutiae.
That's why I think it was. That's why I think it was some sort of. He set fire back there. It would take some time for that fire. However, he set off the initial blast was probably through the fuel, because that would be the easiest way to do it.
What are you telling me? Did the bullet and the gun going off have anything to do with the explosion, or did he separately initiate that and then shoot himself?
They're saying. He set fire to the back of the truck, probably, did something to start that chain of events.
And then shot himself.
Then shot himself, then got blown up.
So it was the fuel canisters.
There were fuel canisters back there, gasoline and liquid natural gas.
I just want to say one more thing. FBI said there was no definitive link between this and Las Vegas and New Orleans.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, they're both former military, both veterans. They came from the same base, Fort Bragg. They both rent electric trucks from the same company, and that no one's ever heard of, and they both served in Afghanistan.
Can I just say real quick, Fort Bragg is a huge Army base.
I know that.
Half the people in the Army have probably been to Fort Bragg.
I agree with you that.
That's
but
not enough
what's
for me
with this electric vehicle, and what's with the fact that they rent from this place no one ever heard of?
Tyrus has heard of it.
Well, no, people with bad credit, people will pay more. It's one of those kind of rental places. It's not Hertz and Avis or whatever. So it usually lower economic people can't necessarily go in and get a good credit check to rent a car. That's why you saw it so many times at the border. I feel like the more we talk about this, Johnny, the more I feel like the two are connected, but they're different, because this feels more like a political statement a post, it's still an act of terrorism, but it was like someone setting themselves on fire in front of the Times Square. Like it was that kind of a thing, because I refuse to believe, to your point, that a Army elite Green Beret could not blow up make a huge explosion if he wanted to. But again,
unless it was the message he wanted to send.
The message he wanted to send.
And I'm not saying that's not it. I'm just saying that it doesn't all add up nice and neat.
No. But it's never going to add up nice and neat. But the one thing is, unfortunately, we cannot take the word of the FBI anymore in its current state. We cannot.
Well, we couldn't take it yesterday morning.
No,
that's for sure.
But I will say that Sheriff Kevin McHill, I think I'm saying his name right.
Yeah.
His press conference is how you do it.
That's
how you do it.
I found Las Vegas so refreshing on a comparative basis, where he said,
Thank you, sir.
I'm seeing the same things that you're seeing, these kinds of connections, Musk and Trump together, et cetera. We need more time to figure this out.
He wasn't worried about
the
covering his...
symbolism of it.
We still have a lot of outstanding questions about another terror event in Las Vegas where more than 50 people were killed, and there has not been transparency in that city. But
I wanted to go to you, Kennedy, though, because your partner is a combat veteran as well, and I was wondering if you could shed some light on what you think is going on between military connections.
Who also served, in the Army in Afghanistan. And, so of course, my brain, I'm like, something is going on here. Look at this Fort Bragg connection. They both went to Fort Bragg. The second guy who tried to assassinate Trump, he visited Fort Bragg reportedly over 100 times. So is there something about Fort Bragg? Is there some connection? So I asked my domestic partner, and he said the VA is such an atrocious mess that he would not be surprised if these people tried to access care from the VA and they were not appropriately treated. And he said the number of people who go in for treatment and who are let down by the administration over and over and over again, particularly psychologists, because he says it's a revolving door and people who truly need the help are left essentially to wither. So I'm sure we will learn more about that, but that is a very important part of the story. He also said that if Doug Collins is in fact, if he is confirmed as the VA secretary, that there will be sweeping changes, and he has faith in him. I
do too.
Hope to share his faith in the future.
The VA did get a lot better under Trump real quick in 2020 or 2016.
Revolving door. The company has a revolving door of employees, with people constantly leaving and joining. Wither. Without proper care, his enthusiasm for the project began to wither. Sweeping. The government is planning sweeping reforms to improve the healthcare system. Shed some light. Can you shed some light on why the project was delayed? On a comparative basis. On a comparative basis, the new product performs better than the previous model.
If you enjoy this content, please consider subscribing to my channel to stay up to date with future videos. Thank you for watching.